Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in for today's video. My name is Lena. Welcome to my channel. So in this video, I'd like to talk to you about the new Dior's fall makeups. I usually feel more excited about Dior's fall collection. I mean, after all, fall, winter, holiday makeup collections are my favorite. And this time I was so ready to skip on this collection because when I saw the promo image, I thought it was so redundant. I felt like I've seen this color story a couple years ago, especially the fall winter collection from Chanel in 2020, that like all red collection. And I have both eyeshadow quads from that collection. And on top of that, red eyeshadows are not my best friend. They don't really look great on me. So I was so sure that I was going to skip this collection, but instead I was going to dupe the look, not having to buy the whole collection, which seems pretty much the same to me. But then Dior made this wonderful mistake listing this eyeshadow quint for only $44. It is still listed for $44. I don't know what's happening because usually the Dior eyeshadow quint is $62, and if it's a special limited edition with a different embossment, for example, it can be easily $65. So $44 is definitely a mistake, which hasn't been corrected yet. So if you're interested in these eyeshadow quads, go to Dior's official website, grab one for yourself. I did it for science. So in this video, I'd like to talk to you about the quint. I only picked up one quint this time, and I will talk to you about how I feel about it. But right before this En Rouge Collection launched, there were two new shades came out from the Mono single eyeshadow range, and they're really gorgeous. They're kind of expensive because a single eyeshadow is like $32, but if you're into one and done shades and really wearable, unique, beautiful shades, I think it's worth it. And Dior also launched a new lipstick formula called Rouge Dior Forever. So this is a long-lasting, transfer-proof matte lipstick formulation. I'm not usually into matte formulation. I like Dior's Velvet formula, which is very comfortable, but I was curious, so I picked up one shade. So in this video, I like to talk to you about them as well. So I will start with the single eyeshadows, then move into the quint that I picked up, and I'll also talk to you about what I think about the new lipstick formulation. So it's been a long introduction, but I hope you guys keep watching. So let me talk about the Mono single eyeshadows first, and the first shade I want to show you, this is the Coral Dune. Very warm, sunny coral with beautiful glittery finish. It feels buttery smooth and it doesn't feel gritty on the skin. Goes on beautifully, so you can just use this like using your fingertip and then just done with it. Great one and done shade that is still very noticeable. And we have this violet bloom shade. This one, according to Dior's website, has a satin finish, but when I swatched it, there was this very ever so subtle, like a duochrome, almost like very subtle, interesting finish to it. This has enough depth, so this certainly can work as a one and done shade as well. And now let me show you some close-up photos and swatches. Let's briefly talk about the new lipstick formulation. So I picked up Forever Lucky. It's $7.80, and this is a saturated cool raspberry kind of shade, very beautiful. And this formulation, according to Dior, it claims to be weightless, transfer proof, and very long lasting, like 24 hours or 16 hours, I can't remember, but you have to take that with a grain of salt, I think. That means there should be something left on your lips after certain hours. And I've seen some reviews saying that this is super drying, and I have to admit it is a drying formulation. You better prep your lips quite well before you apply this color. But in order for something to be transfer proof, it has to grab onto something and then kind of like sit down. So if you remember, Dior actually has a red lipstick case that looked exactly same as this. And then that one was, although it didn't claim to be like budge proof or anything like that, it also had like a sitting down shrinking formulation. I think Dior discontinued that and then kind of like improved that formulation and changed the packaging a little bit. And voila, this is the lipstick formulation. And that's my assumption or assessment about this new formulation. So not necessarily a bad thing. Otherwise, how can it grab to your lips without staining? So I think it's important to know the formula. I don't think you can swipe multiple times and like pile the pigment on the lips. It's gonna look even drier, and I don't think that would help with the longevity of this lipstick either. So I would say prep your lips very nicely, blot any kind of like oily residue, then apply one swipe with thin layer of color. Then it feels quite comfortable, and as Dior claims, it does feel weightless and it is very long lasting, but I wouldn't say this is moisturizing or hydrating. So if you like a very flawless, almost ruthless matte lipstick formulation, you might really enjoy this. For me, because I'm not into matte lipstick formulation, I think one is enough for me, at least for now. So I got curious how this would compare to my other lucky shade from Dior Addict lipstick range. So I also compared them together. But surprisingly, although the finishes are different, they're pretty much the same shade. So you will see that in my swatch photos next. Let me talk about this beautiful but kind of disappointing eyeshadow quint. So this is the Reflexion. There is another quint that has really beautiful warm olive greens and a warmer brown satin shimmer shade, but I don't really get along with green eyeshadows, so I think the other one is more popular and many people seem to love that color story even more, but I picked up this one because I thought this was so similar to my Chanel eyeshadow quads from 2 years back. So I made a comparison swatches, and then you will agree with me, they are indeed very similar shades. I cannot really fault the quality of this eyeshadow quint, but the color story. Number one, it's redundant. We have seen this. And number two, I think it's missing a lighter shade, at least one transitional shade. Or this highlighter shade should have been a little bit lighter to my likings. But again, this is a beautiful quality. If you like this kind of color story, go get it. And as I said before, it is still $44 on the Dior's website, and you cannot really go wrong for $44 for quality Dior eyeshadow quint, in my opinion. So let me show you the swatches now, and I will do the look demonstration. Then I'll wrap up my thoughts after that. Save some time, I have applied my base makeup and eyebrows already, so let's get into the eye makeup. So as I said in my review, I have tried this quint 3 times, and I think each time I tried different placements and started with a different shade or something like that, but no matter what I do, pretty much I always end up with a very stunning or stark red eyeshadow look. So I don't know. So let me try this purpley red shade and place that on my lids all over, mainly concentrating the crease area and then go from there. I like to use the center red shade as the main shade this time. And I am not wearing any eyeshadow primer because this is very pigmented formulation. I am just not very happy with the color story or the ease of the use or versatility or something, but the quality itself is really great. So yeah, let me do that on the other eye as well. So as you see, I left the middle space intentionally. I just wanted to pack on this red shade and really make it impactful this time. So using a medium size flat eyeshadow brush, and let's dive into this really gorgeous cranberry red shade in the center. And I'm going to apply this on my lid space. And as you see, it has very subtle champagne or golden shimmer to it, and it's leaning a little bit warm. Very beautiful. I cannot really fault the color or anything like that. It's just red and not very versatile. And this whole theme of the collection is red, so I mean, I don't know if I'm entitled to complain anything about that. Now I'm gonna use a smaller packer brush and go into this dark brown. This has a satin finish, and I'm gonna apply that color, concentrating on the outer half. Again, I am trying to place the colors and blend a little bit as I go. I'm going to use a smaller detail brush and use the same dark brown shade and define a little bit more. And this time also on the inner corners as well. And now I'm going to go into this medium warm brown shade and use that as my lower lash line shade, I guess. It's very orange. And now I'm going to highlight a little bit, going into this warm champagne color and brighten the inner corners of my eyes and blend the crease a little bit more. I am going back to this purpley red shade and add a little bit more color and blend the whole thing out a little bit. I think that's enough red eyeshadows for now. So I am going to line my upper and lower lashes as some mascara, and I'll be right back. I am back. So for liners, I used two different navy liners. So on my lower lash lines, I used my Chanel Stella U waterproof eyeliner in the shade Marine. And this is a lighter shade of the navy, and I always think that navy color goes really beautifully with the orangey shade. And this is the new Guerlain gel eyeliner, waterproof eyeliner as well. And this is night blue shade, and this is more intense navy color. So I apply this color on my upper lash lines, and I use a very dark waterproof mascara. As always, I will include all the product information in the description box. So I don't want to go overboard for my blush color. So instead of using a conventional blush color, I like to use a bronzer shade. So this is the Wayne Goss bronzer palette, and it's really gorgeous and useful bronzer palette. I've been really loving this. So I am going to use this shimmery shade on the left and warm up the complexion and not overwhelming the whole look. I didn't buy any lip shade this time, but I like to use the iconic Dior's red shade, which is $9.99, and this is so iconic. They have several formulations available. I have the mini version of it, and this is the satin finish, and it's a really pretty, beautiful neutral red that goes with practically everything. With the lipstick, the look got suddenly so intense, so I am going to smudge out the outer lip lines and blot it away a little bit, and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. So this is the finished look, and with the blotted, softened lip lines, this is more wearable look for me, but it's still borderline editorial look for me. I wouldn't feel very comfortable going out wearing this makeup, but I have to say, the eyeshadow quint itself, I shouldn't be faulting the quint too much. It's just that not my kind of color story. But if you have deeper, richer skin tone, and if you have like lighter, like very contrasting eye colors to this color story, for example, hazel, gray, green, blue eyes, I think this quint will be striking on you. If you're looking for really saturated, pigmented, red eyeshadows in great quality, I would still recommend this quint to you. So if you ask me, I am more excited about the single eyeshadows this time, and I am okay with the new Rouge Dior Forever formulation. I think it's a really nice matte lipstick formulation, but you have to understand the formula, what it is supposed to do, and figure out how to wear the lipstick. So this is it for today's video. I hope you find this review and swatches and makeup demo helpful. I still think it's a beautiful collection. I personally just don't find this is the easiest color story for me to pull off, and I hope to see something really original and different in Dior's next collection. That's my personal wish. So as always, thank you so much for watching this video and spending your time with me. I really appreciate it. I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye.